Hello. Today's Bible reading is from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 13, and it's called the Parable of the Sower. Or, as it says in my hands-on Bible, it's called the Parable of the Farmer Scattering Seeds. Jesus told stories to help people understand more of what he wanted to teach them. And scattering seeds is something they would have really understood. The farmers used to sow seed in the field. They'd have a bag around their shoulder and they would take the seed and scatter it as they walked, going from side to side. So as you can imagine, not all the seed where it was meant to go. So Jesus said, listen, a farmer went out to sow his seeds. As he scattered them, some of the seeds fell on the path, and the birds came and ate the seeds. Other seeds fell on the rocky ground, and at first they grew quickly, but then the sun came out and scorched them because they didn't have deep roots, and they all withered and burnt up because the roots were in such shallow soil. Some of the seed fell among the thorns and thistles, and the thistles choked the seeds as they grew. Other seed fell on the good soil, and the seeds grew into wheat, and it grew rich and strong and abundant. It grew into 30, 60, 100 times more wheat than the other seed. Listen, said Jesus. If you've got ears, listen. Jesus explained the parable of the sower to the crowd. What did it mean when the seed on the path was eaten up by the birds? Well, that's like when the good things that God has planted in our hearts get snatched away. And the seed on the rocky path. That's like when someone hears God's words and loves it and is full of joy, but their enthusiasm disappears as soon as trouble comes their way. And the seed among the thorns. Well, that's like when someone hears God's words, but worry and greed take over. But the seed that's planted in the good soil, the seed in the good soil is like the person who hears God's word, loves it and lives it, and so produces 30, 60, 100 times more goodness in their lives. Jesus wants us to hear God's word and to listen and learn from God and to show God's love in our lives. And then, like the good seed, the seed that fell on the good soil, we can produce 30, 60, 100 times more goodness in our lives.